Radio.
Great, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shit Radio. I'm Bill Brasky. That's Wasted.
Hello.
And we are going to discuss with you, our lovely audience who enjoys listening to us so much, the latest Guns N' Roses news. So both Slash and Duff McKagan, in recent interviews in the last week, have stated that they are done with Chinese material. Now, Slash stated there was 6 songs that they did, and that's it. Duff stated that there's 7. You know, he said there's one more on the way, Johnny. So that one we're all going to assume is Monsters, because it doesn't take a genius or an insider to figure that out. And they said that it's going to be released this upcoming year, or this year, during the tour, most likely towards the holiday season, as a compilation of all the redone Chinese democracy leftovers. Now, do I believe them? No. And I'll explain why here in a moment, but I'll ask, I was going to say liars, but he's not here. So, Wasted, I'll ask you, do you believe them?
About releasing these recent singles on like vinyl or like as a CD or something. Like there'll be 6 or 7 of these songs. They said that Slash said he's going to do it as a package or something like that. So I mean, it's possible, but it sounds like he doesn't really want to release it. He was sort of saying that he doesn't want to release it. They don't want to release it as an album, but as a package. So is that just like putting it all under one price on iTunes or something, or Apple Music? You know, like get all the songs in one place. I mean, they could do it, but they say.
I think he's more referring to it as the songs together, like coupled together as an official release. You could probably buy it on, your iTunes, your Spotify, your Apple Music, wherever the hell you buy stuff. Or you could probably buy physical copies off Amazon or through the gunsnroses.com website. There you go. There's a plug, Fernando. Hope you enjoy it.
Well, it's almost enough.
But I imagine they're talking about it. It's almost enough for say it.
Vinyl. It's almost enough for an album or an EP.
It sure is there. Wasted, it sure is. That's a funny little thing. And, Slash saying there were 6 songs, Duff saying there's 7, which we have to assume Monsters is the 7th. But then, if you really want to listen and go back just a little bit, you can remember that our boy there, Zach Starkey, was claiming, hey, Guns N' Roses really wanted to use Children of the Revolution for their upcoming album. He wrote that, right? That's what he said on Instagram, right?
Yeah. Well, once they're doing actually doing an album, if that's what they're doing, they might as well squeeze as much as they can onto it. There's no point in doing 6 songs.
Correct.
So if Monsters is quite long, maybe it's like a 4 on one side and a 3 on the B side. That would be like a vinyl. But I mean, if there's extra space, you could fit on something else. Like maybe the Children of the Revolution would be.
Why are we assuming it's a vinyl?
I'm just saying vinyl or CD. I mean.
Okay, so if it's a CD, you can put on.
You
get what, 84 minutes worth of music?
Is it
84, 72 minutes?
Yeah,
70. It's somewhere in that range, folks. There's a comment section below. Please tell me how stupid. No, wait, calm down. I want to get some audience interaction, because they like telling us how dumb we are. But don't worry, we will respond the same way Wasted did to one of the comments on our last video with nuh-uh. So suck it. That was brilliant, by the way, Wasted. So I would assume that it's more or less going to be a CD or traditional album. I wouldn't just keep going with their little vinyl obsession. Their vinyl obsession works when you have 2 songs, because that's what a vinyl was, back in the day, a 45. An A-side and a B-side, right?
Yeah, I just had a horrible idea
Well, share it.
where they just package all the vinyl singles together in a bundle, and then you buy them off. Instead of doing an album, they just put all the individual singles together and like wrap them up in one, and then you just order it off. Or you go into the shop and buy them all in a little box.
Don't give him ideas wasted. Freaking Fernando loves boxes. You get a little toy trinket or something in there, some dumbass T-shirt. Oh, why'd you do that, wasted?
Yeah, I want to.
You just gave him his marketing plan.
I want.
Well, let's go to the fact that we're going to assume it's like a regular album, like a regular CD. Okay. So far we know 7 songs.
Yeah.
Throw Children of the Revolution in there because Zach Starkey's kind of whole. How do I say this? His whole take on it and how he's acting towards Guns N' Roses has kind of changed in a recent month or two. So let's say Children of the Revolution gets put on there. Now you got 8. All right? You got 8 songs. Well, we know Oh My God's been reworked because, number one, we have the Bumblefoot leak, which shows that, hey, Axl Rose still wanted to play with Oh My God back in the day, and he had Bumblefoot through a guitar layer on it. We also know that the video screen and production screen from Creative Works had the lyrics from Oh My God appear by accident. And so that would kind of tell me that Oh My God is a song that they could possibly want to do.
Yeah.
So that would be 9.
Yeah.
And then you go from that. So now we're at 9. Then you got State of Grace still chilling there. So then you got 10. Me and you one time went over and we kind of went what songs we still believe exist. Oklahoma we know exist, so that would be 11. 7 if it's not State of Grace, which might be State of Grace. That's a hypothesis that I'm working on, that I don't have any factual evidence. I just have my feelings and my vibes telling me that's a possibility. But let's just say it's not. So that gives you 12. So you're really looking at, there's a lot more songs still to happen, that could go on to an album, that could go on to a CD. And the fact that Slash is like, well, hey man, we're not going to be working on any more of the Chinese leftover stuff, man. We're going to be going in and doing new Guns N' Roses music that I'm excited for and I've been writing for. I got some gun songs lined up, blah, blah, blah. If anyone in their right mind thinks that Axl Rose is going to go, hey, I'm going to go into the studio, write brand new lyrics, put down brand new vocals in 2026, when he still roughly has, me and you came up with the list, what would you say, wasted about 9 to 10 leftover songs with vocals? Do we really see that happening where he just doesn't go, no, I have vocals on these, you, Duff, and your little drummer boy there, where Richard can go lay down some instrumentals to these Slash and go do what I say, because you're an employee. If you don't like it, well, have fun touring with Miles Kennedy.
Well, yeah. Well, one of the ideas I had was with these songs that we think are like still releasable, is that maybe Slash is, he's got credits and he's reworked these 6 or 7 songs, but then there's also 6 or 7 songs which were finished quite well without Slash. So that could be like on the B side, and then you get more like a 14-track album. But they were written by Robin Fink and finished by Robin Fink. Maybe they're done by Bucket, or maybe they were finished in the Chinese Democracy era pretty well. Like say, Oh My God is redone and it was good, so they don't need Slash to rework it. So then they can just add those 7 tracks in or on the B side to the ones Slash and Duff have reworked. Slash didn't talk about that, but it's a possibility. If you actually wanted to complete CD2, you just say, well, Slash on all the tracks on the C, and then you release the album.
Wasted. I'm looking at our secret project that me and you've been working on behind the scenes, and I'm looking at me and your CD2 track list. And by what me and you did, this was something that me and you were talking about for a couple of weeks, maybe a few months. We wrote track number 1, Cuban Skies. I've been told by a certified insider, insider alert, that is most likely quick song. So number 1 would be Cuban Skies. Number 2 would be Hard School. Track number 3 would be Perhaps. Track number 4 would be Oklahoma/Berlin. Track number 5 would be The General/Monstrosity, which I believe Monstrosity, a.k.a. Monsters, is a song that's supposed to go with The General. And before I continue with this track listing, I want to throw this out to the audience and for whoever wants to listen. Hey, guys, for everyone who's argued with me about that, and if you look at Bad Apple's forum, we've done some points and counterpoints, but one thing I want to throw out to everybody, and Wasted, I don't know if you've ever used this as a thought process on this topic. Do you remember when The General leaked, or we thought it was The General, and it was actually Monsters, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so buddy, the people that were recording that, why did they call it The General?
Because it's...
What? Why?
Because his dad was like his stepdad who used to abuse him was like a military guy. He's kind of he called him the General, or was it General Chaos? General Chaos.
Yeah, no. Wasted. Your brain's going in the complete wrong direction. Let me see if I can reel you in and hopefully not get you too confused. I know you're probably about 5 or 6 beers in, buddy. All right? But follow my logic right now. The reason why people thought that Monsters was The General is because the band said, hey, here's The General. The General and Monstrosity go together. That's why they were supposed to be released together on an album.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all one track.
They're parts of this... Yes.
And it was like called The General and Monsters. And they almost... Yeah.
Thank you.
But they split them up.
The General/Monsters.
Yeah, lyrically. I mean, it's a lyrical take on it.
You had the great statement, The General is the father, Monsters is about the mother, correct? Correct. Well, let's continue. So that's our track 5, that's our track 6. Our track 7 we have listed as Atlas. Our track 8 we have listed as Nothing. Our track 9 we have is Soul Monster, which I still believe to be Me and My Elvis, not Monsters, but hey, could be wrong on that. If I am, I'll fully admit it. Track number 10 we have is Oh My God, which that also might be renamed to Liars. Track number 11 we have is Tonto, which might be Tooth Puller. Credit to Shacklemeyer over on the GNR Evolution. Track number 12, Absurd, aka Silkworms. Track number 13 is Time. And track 14 is 7, which I believe to be State of Grace. But that is an opinion, and I know I've been wrong in the past, but boy almighty, I've been right too. So Wasted. That's 14 tracks. That gives you a full album. You can replace one of these songs with Children of the Revolution, and boy, gee golly almighty, you have CD2, Chinese Leftovers, Electric Boogaloo.
And did you mention Down by the Ocean?
I did not mention Down by the Ocean.
And quick song beginning. Yeah, wasn't there 3 Izzy tracks? Tonto, Down by the Ocean, and something else, or Tooth Puller? Are they the same?
Tonto, to my knowledge, which I don't want to get too far down.
I remember the 3. Yeah.
Machine Gun.
Yeah, and then there's also Zodiac and Circus Maximus, which are instrumentals. Circus Maximus might be Ides of March.
Yeah.
As in, it started out as the Ides of March and then seemed to disappear from track listings, and then Maximus turned up.
Yes.
But again, it's an instrumental. But you could have an instrumental on the album.
Yeah. And Zodiac 13, once again, shows up with, it says no vox, or that, which means no vocals on the Village session. So that would indicate that, hey, during the Beaven recordings that, hey, this song had vocals at one point. So there you go. Even in the later Village sessions, or on the other...
So there's a lot of options.
Hold on the other Village disc, there's probably Zodiac 13 with vocals. Buddy, there's probably Circus Maximus, a.k.a., Ides of March, with vocals too. We have enough material that has Axl Rose's vocals. Now, there might not be great vocals. The songs might absolutely suck. But there's enough of Chinese Leftovers that I think Slash is out of his ever-loving mind thinking that they're ever going to go back into the studio and write new music. When Eddie Trunk talked to Slash, I would say I think it was a year ago, might have been a year and a half ago. Eddie Trunk later said that he doesn't see them ever sitting down together and doing a new album. It's not in the cards. They make all their money off touring. The amount of friction, the amount of, hey, I want to do things my way, blah, blah, blah. It would just cause such a rift and screw up the gravy train that's been Guns N' Roses touring for the last, decade.
Yeah, the only way it could happen in a very easy way is either they've already got this like secret album like from '96 or something, and Axl's already done the vocals. They're working on this thing now, and then they could just release it. Or Slash just goes in and Slash and Duff go into a studio, do an album, and Axl just doesn't have any input into it and just agrees to just hand over control to them, and he just sings some lyrics or something over the top of it, and then they get out. That's the only way it could happen. Because as soon as Axl brings in a song like I didn't see it. Like if Axl brings in a song like Street of Dreams or Catcher in the Rye or There Was a Time, a bigger song with all these different parts, the first time you record it, it's probably okay, but then Axl's going to be like, oh, I need,
I don't see it.
This bit, so that's going to just slow it down. It's not going to be this quick process, So Slash is talking about, if he did it like a solo album, then he can just get Axl, like Miles Kennedy just sings over whatever Slash plays. That's the only way. But I can't see. That's not how Guns N' Roses albums have ever been made. There's always been like collabs, and different parts taken from different writers. So I don't see it just being that simple for Slash and Duff to just go, here's the new Guns N' Roses album. Now, Axl, you just sing over it. And then Axl goes, sure thing, I'll just do that, And he's always said the same problem exists. He says, now that I live in Malibu, I can't write lyrics for rock and roll songs. If Slash writes some dirty rock and roll song, Axl's singing about his pool. I don't know if it really works, So there's all the problems. Like
I think the issue you have is this. This is Axl Rose's band. This is not Slash band. This is not Duff's band. This is not 1986. This is not 1989. This is not 1983. This is not like when they worked on Appetite, GNR Lies, The Use Your Illusions, even the Spaghetti Incident. Everything is Axl's way, or it's no way. What Slash and Duff have both said, like, oh, hey, man, we got these songs that are gun songs. Well, if you had songs that you really thought were GNR songs that were good, then they would have already presented them to Axl. They go, hey, we want you to sing on this. And Axl would have already given them the answer. And since we're 10 years into a reunion, and nothing has happened original, nothing new has come out, then you're just not going to get anything new. I think the newest thing you're ever going to get from Axl Rose is probably the Love to Love that he did for the UFO tribute album. Everything else, nah. Like Children of Revolutions from like 17, 18, Rock the Rock is, 2017. It's done. Axl's done recording. I do not see him going into the studio laying down new vocals. And if he has as many songs as me and you believe he has, and I think we can factually prove, we can give more hypothetical evidence and more tangible evidence than anyone else, and people are welcome to join the conversation with us regarding that over at badapplesforum.com, then why would Axl go, hey, I want to record new vocals that are going to sound like shit compared to vocals I recorded in 2002 or 2003 or 2006, or even vocals that he recorded in, let's say, 2013? Explain that to me in any logical sense.
No, it's very difficult to see him going in and coming up with new lyrics and wanting to be involved in another project. And I just don't think, I don't know if I'm being biased, but I just don't think Slash and Duff are really that good at songwriting. In Guns N' Roses, the songwriters were Axl and Izzy mostly. Yeah. When you talk what Slash wrote, he wrote like Garden of Eden, Don't Damn Me, Coma, things like that. He didn't write like Don't Cry, November Rain, Estranged, really. You know what I mean? He didn't write all the hits, like Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
Well, he wrote one.
Yeah, Duff's claim to fame is like, hey, I wrote Civil War.
Yeah,
like,
I mean they've been involved
great.
in writing.
It's a good song. It's a really good song, but I mean,
but they could.
When they shot the man, he said peace could live forever. It's a thing. Without Izzy there, without Axl there, I mean, Tobias was a bigger writer than, a lot of people give credit for. I think, Tommy Stinson was a really good writer. And for our lovely Robin Fink fan, who I know is going to listen to us, Fink wrote some good things. Better is a really good song, and we all know that's a Robin Fink song. So, hey, tip of the cap to Robin Fink. There you go, buddy. Feel happy about that.
And those songs were worked on. But all those songs, Appetite and Visual Illusion, all of them were worked hard. Those CD songs were worked on a lot. The understatement of the year. But so the idea that he's just going to walk into the studio and in 2 weeks do a record like he wants to do it, and then like Snake Pit or something, then Axel's just going to, I'm going to sing on that. I just don't see that as happening.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I was, I read the sites. I have some really good friends over at GNR Evo. That's a great website, GNR Evolution. Of course, badapplesforum.com is the home for shit radio, with Brasky, myself, Liars, and Wasted being OG posters there, and founding members of the site. But occasionally I'll go over my GNR forum to have a chuckle and go see what those fans are writing about. And I read a post, and I thought it was pretty insightful. And it said that Slash, in an interview, stated that it only took him a couple hours, maybe a weekend, to lay down everything for nothing. Like, all his work that he did for nothing was like 2 hours of just guitar work. That's it. So if he's...
Yeah. It just does his own... When he writes his own songs...
Wasted, I understand what you're saying, but follow my logic here. If it's only, let's say a day of work for Slash to lay down, a new guitar instrumental on any of the leftover Chinese stuff, figure Duff can do it in a couple days, and then, they just have the drummer, redo the drumming parts. If all these songs can be completed in such a short period of time, where is it financially beneficial to them and advantageous to them to go in and try to, record a new album? The last one, you saw how much it cost. I mean, what was the end cost of Chinese Democracy? Like $14 million?
The latest number from the latest book is 20 million. But yeah, it's about, they're in that number. Yeah, 13-14 million.
Okay, so let's go $20 million.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go 20. I like 20 because it's even more expensive, but I heard 14 back in the day. So $14 to $20 million, depending on who you believe. Add inflation to that, and you're talking for them to go and to do an album is going to cost anywhere of $25 million to start from an album brand new, from scratch, with Axl's limitations vocally he has now, and him wanting to be a perfectionist. Do you see any way that works?
No, I just don't think that the studio really going to put them in.
Who pays for it?
The record company would put the money in. Immediately they would want a record, and that puts a lot of pressure on Axl. That's where all the trouble starts. So as soon as they go in and record it, and what happens if nobody likes it? Or Axl doesn't like it, and then it's delayed, so they have to re-record it. The only way they would do it is if Axl basically just says to them, "You do exactly what you want. I'm not going to interfere at all. If it's shit, it's shit." He just hands over the keys of the Ferrari to them and just says, It's not. I've done mine. You help me."
And that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's going to happen. But it's the only way, because as soon as they go in and record songs, Axl listens. He's not interested in singing on it. He can withhold his vocals, therefore he can't release it. So then you're in that horrible situation again. So to me, it's a way of Slash is just it's a way of Slash going out like almost like on top. Like, I'm writing an album, and again, Axl's the bad guy because he's not going to sing on the album that I wrote. So it's not our fault there's no new album, it's Axl's. So I don't know how that's going to work either. Now that you said this, it makes Axl look bad again. You know, it's all Axl's fault again. So that could cause some friction.
Yeah, but here's what Axl's going to do. You know,
Go to Madonna.
Yeah, I agree with you. It could cause some friction, and we might be heading towards this band, you know, breaking up anyways because the nostalgia is wearing thin right now, and ticket sales are doing poorly. However, let me point to the fact right now: Slash is on stage, and he's playing his guitar to "Sorry," which is a song about him. Okay, where Axl was told to shut up and sing, and now Axl's sorry for him, not sorry for you. It's one of those things that essentially Axl will just tell him, hey, listen, this is what I have done. This is what the record company's already paid me to do. These vocals are done. Redo the instrumentals, and we'll just lie to the fans. Because who gives a shit about a couple thousand nerds on the internet that know that, hey, man, that's not a new song. You recorded that with New GNR. Most people aren't going to know. So Slash could just lie. And guess what? Slash does lie. Believe it or not, I know this is going to hurt some people's feelings, but Slash has lied. Okay? Ask Scott Weiland. Slash has lied. Where's Matt Sorum? Where's Slash's good old buddy Dave Kushner and Matt Sorum? Where's Adler, his high school best friend? Slash is in this for the money. Duff is in this for the money. Okay? They're going to do what Axl says. So I don't believe Slash when he says, oh no, this is the last of the Chinese leftovers you're getting. I don't. And the funny thing is right now, I'm starting to see some smoke signals and the whispers in the wind right now that, hey, guess what, folks? It might be an interesting year no matter what Guns N' Roses wants to release because they're not the only ones who have the songs. So there's that.
What do you mean? They're not the only ones that have the songs? You mean that, yeah, now that now that they've said that they're not gonna release them, or that
Hey, listen, I'm not in possession.
Maybe people are going to start leaking them.
Wasted. I'm not in possession of them.
Because at least, so what's the
but
point in having
there's
them?
things that I'm seeing, and I've been very busy, and I've been away from the forums because I got other shit going on. But there's things that I'm seeing and things that are, you know what I mean? Things that are happening. Whispers in the wind. Triggers that are being hit. That tell me that one way or another we'll probably hear some new Guns N' Roses music this year, and I ain't talking about Monsters. You got anything else you want to add to the topic, or should we leave the fans with that and let them speculate? I think we should. Well, I want to thank everyone who listens to the show. Wes, did you have something else you wanted to add? I mean, go ahead.
Like the video now. Like the video because we need more likes.
And interact with us. Call us dummies if you want. We don't mind interaction. We like hearing from you folks. If you disagree with us, well, that's something. If you agree with us, that's something also. So we appreciate it. Liars and Wasted will always get back to you. Check out Wasted shorts. They're brilliant. They're unique. It's like art. I love your shorts, Wasted. I truly do. You're the Norman Rockwell of YouTube shorts, if you ask me.
Yeah, I bought some new shorts.
I was talking about YouTube shorts, but
100% rayon shorts.
Well, that's good for your balls to breathe, Wasted.
All kinds of shorts.
That's what we want. I want Axl Rose back in shorts because I think, you know what? Before we end the show, I think we need to discuss this. I think if Axl was back in shorts, he might have a little more rasp. I think it's, the tight pants right now are causing, too much stress on the balls. So, Axl, throw a pair of shorts on. See if your voice feels better. See if you get a little more rasp, buddy. But listen, folks. We're on YouTube. Remember, like, subscribe, comment, please. On Rumble. Hey, we're on Rumble too. Remember, I don't think you can like us there. Leave a comment there. We appreciate it. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes. We're on Apple. I don't know. We're on so many things I don't even know. I'm sure Wasted's got us set up on some Chinese thing, some Taiwanese thing. Franz, when he's doing our show, doing other shows, this and that, he's promoting the brand. So remember to like and subscribe, and Liars will be back soon. And, hey, just one more thing, folks.
Stars on the head, She radio in the dark. She radio.